James, something is changed.
New shirt? Everywhere Jesus went, there was a crowd. He was so popular. Everybody wanted to meet Jesus. There was one man in particular, and his name was Bart. Well, his full name was Bartimaeus. Now, the thing about Bartimaeus was, well, he could not see. And because he couldn't see, he couldn't get a job. And so he had to beg for money. But Bartimaeus was really good at it. Have you got any money? Have you got any money, please? But it was no way to live. But when Bartimaeus heard that Jesus was coming to his town, he started to make a lot of noise. He started shouting out, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me!" But when Bartimaeus shouted out, the crowd looked at him. "Be quiet, Bartimaeus." So that made Bartimaeus shout even louder, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me!" "Be quiet, Bartimaeus." But as Jesus was walking along, suddenly he stopped. Who called my name?" "Oh," said the disciples, "it's a blind beggar. You don't want to talk to him." "No," said Jesus, "bring him to me." Well, can you imagine what Bartimaeus would have thought when he heard that Jesus wanted to speak to him? Jesus wants to speak to me? To me? And so he helped himself up and he started to walk towards Jesus. Where is he? Where is he? Jesus, help me! When Jesus got to Bartimaeus, Jesus asked him a question. "Bartimaeus, what is it that you want me to do for you?" Well, I'd have thought it would have been obvious. That's what Bartimaeus thought too. "Well, I just want to be able to see." Jesus replied instantly with a big smile on his face. "Bartimaeus, today your faith has healed you. Come and follow me." Your faith has healed you. Did he say healed you? I can see. I can see. I can see! And Bartimaeus followed Jesus down the road, never to be a beggar again.
That was a great story, James.
Why, thank you, Catherine.
Well, today on the SideShow, we're going to talk about change.
What? We can't change the show. Please don't change the show. I don't want to change anything.
No. Just, we're going to talk about change.
Oh, good.
Yes. In today's story, Jesus changed 4 things about blind Bartimaeus.
4?
That's right. First, Jesus changed his appearance.
Well, that's true. Yeah, he was blind and now he could see.
That's right. Then Jesus changed his mind.
Exactly, because Bartimaeus now knew who Jesus was.
That's right. And then the third thing, Jesus changed his heart.
Exactly. Bartimaeus, it tells us, he went and told everybody what Jesus had done. He'd completely changed his life.
Yes, his life was filled with so much joy. And then the fourth thing is Jesus changed his circumstance.
That's it. He didn't need to be a beggar anymore. He could maybe go and get a job or get a wife, or his whole life was turned around by Jesus. And I think that's what life is all about. Life is about change. And God wants to change us constantly. So He wants to change not just our appearance, although as you can see from these pictures, God has changed our appearances.
So cute. That was such a cute baby.
Were you? Sure you were. I wasn't. I was ugly. Yeah, I was pretty ugly. But also, He changes our minds.
That's true. You see, Jesus wants to change our minds. Not only through things we learn at school or at church, but look what the Bible has to say. In Romans 12 verse 2, it says, "Do not be shaped by this world. Instead, be changed within a new way of thinking. Then you will be able to decide what God wants for you, and you will be able to know what is good and pleasing to God and what is perfect."
That's so cool. He also wants us to change our hearts, or He wants to change our hearts for us. So let's read Psalm 51 verse 10. It says, "Create in me a pure heart. God, make my spirit right again." He wants to change our hearts and renew our spirit.
When Jesus healed Bartimaeus, not only did it change his heart, but He also changed his circumstance. You see, in Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says there is a time for everything, and everything on earth has its seasons.
Wow, we are cramming the Bible in today. But you know what? This is a season that we're coming into where there's a lot of change happening for some people, especially some of you watching at home.
That's right. This season, a lot of you might be graduating from your past grade to now moving up to a new grade.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, isn't it? But you know what? You don't have to be worried. Change is normal. Change is a good thing. It's something that God has intended. But there's one thing that never ever changes. Or let me even say it, there's one person that never changes.
That's right. Hebrews 13:8 says Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
So there we go. Even though we're having lots of changes all the time, we can completely trust that Jesus never changes. It's good to know that, isn't it?
That was an amazing lesson. Now let's have a discussion and a talk time with our family. Talk time 1. What is changing in your life and how do you feel about it? How can we let Jesus change our hearts and our minds today?
Great discussion. So as we're thinking about moving up next week, next week, in here we're going to have some real life 5th graders. And they're going to be helping us to think about what it will be like moving up a grade. It's going to be great. Now, speaking of 5th graders, Catherine, it's time for our challenge. And the challenge today is, are you smarter than a 5th grader? So you are going to ask me 3 questions. And if I get all 3 right, then I get to put your face in that lemon meringue pie left over from last week's episode. But if I get one, I'll be kind, if I even get one question wrong, then I get to put my face in there.
What? Okay, here we go. Let's look at some good 5th grade questions.
Okay, am I smarter than a 5th grader? If I get a question wrong, I have to put my head in there. If I get all 3 right, you put your head in there. And the winner also gets caramel M&M's family size pack. My favorite. Go on then. First question.
Here we go. The first question, according to the internet, a 5th grader has learned this in world history.
Go on then.
The flag of the European Union features a circle of how many stars?
It's a 1 circle of 12 stars.
Wow, that is amazing. All right, here is question 2.
European.
According to the internet,
Yes.
a 5th grader knows how many teaspoons are in 5 tablespoons.
Ooh. I'm going to say 20.
So close, but it's 15.
Okay. All right. You win, Catherine. The M&Ms are yours. The pie is mine. Here we go. Ready? Count with me. 3, 2, 1. My face is going in there. 3, 2, 1.
making.
Tastes pretty good. Thank you, Kathy.
You're very welcome.
Thanks for watching the SideShow, everybody.